All right, how's it going, everyone, and welcome to another video. Now, in this video, I want to talk about a device that I initially wasn't going to talk about, but given the buzz and the fact that I actually was considering purchasing this device to test out some games on there for videos, I just want to talk about it because the marketing on this device is just so misleading and it's making me so frustrated with how companies are pushing their products nowadays. So let's talk about it. So iPads, right? The iPad is a device that I've talked a lot on the channel before, and I love the iPad Pro that I have. And recently, Apple just announced the refreshed iPad mini. Now, I've never actually owned an iPad mini, but I know my sister has one. Like, we literally got her one a couple months ago for her college, and she absolutely loves the device. The size of it is small enough to fit in her purse, and she's been using it heavily to do her homework and, take notes to basically do her college degree. And more power to you if you can make this device work. I think the iPad mini is completely fine and a fantastic device for the people who like the form factor. So there's nothing wrong with the iPad mini, but this refresh, just I got to rant about a little bit because this is such a misleading product marketing wise. So let's just discuss. So first of all, as you can see here, iPad mini, right? The main feature that they're trying to push for this iPad mini is Apple Intelligence, a feature that at the time of recording this video is still not out yet, and it won't be fully out until literally next year. Like the iPad, like the Apple Intelligence that we'll see in this iPad within the next couple of weeks when the first rollout of Apple Intelligence is going to come out is just a small portion of it, right? We won't even get the updated Siri until December, if I'm not mistaken. So literally, first of all, the main feature isn't even out yet. So yeah, it's complete nonsense. Now, the other kind of little things, like the other extra features that they kind of touted, are completely okay. I mean, an LCD display for $500 in this day and age is kind of ludicrous if you ask me for pricing, but whatever. At least it's not a downgrade, right? You still got the same design. You do have, with Apple Intelligence, at least you get the A17 Pro chip. And I know that this is not the latest chip, but it's not a really weak CPU or GPU. This thing is a powerhouse. On the iPhone 15, I saw some really good performance, especially with iOS 18. And given that the iPad mini is bigger in size, the bigger size should help dissipate the heat. So we can see some actual pretty good, decent updates or really good performance with heat management for this thing, just because of the bigger form factor. That was really the main reason why I wanted to purchase this thing, was to test out and compare the gaming experience on the iPhone 15 Pro with this iPad mini, just because they have the same chip, even though the A17 Pro is a binned CPU compared to the iPhone 15 Pros. So yeah, really good performance. It's probably going to have really good performance. Apple Pencil Pro support, if you're an artist, this is pretty big. So honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. Apple Pencil Pro is actually a really good upgrade over the Pencil 2. But if you're upgrading from someone who has used an Apple Pencil 2 in the past, then obviously it's going to be a little frustrating having to buy an Apple Pencil again. But I will say that having this thing for certain artistic workflows will help a lot, especially with the smaller form factor. But yeah, as I'm scrolling down here, I mean, there's some cool stuff that they announced as well, like some little minor things like a faster USB-C data transfers, and just like iPad OS 18, all that stuff. But for the most part, a lot of this stuff, in fact, I think literally almost everything here, are features that we've seen on other iPads. So it's not like a massive difference. It's still a decent upgrade just because of the upgraded chip and the Apple Pencil Pro support. So for those specific niche cases, it's definitely going to be a good upgrade. But that's not what I'm frustrated about with this iPad, because I want to talk about their headlining feature, which is Apple Intelligence again. The fact that they're advertising Apple Intelligence as the main headlining feature is just, it's so irritating to me. I know they do this with the iPhone 16 too, and it's still, in my opinion, it's still also irritating on those, but I just feel like it's more egregious on the iPad mini, just for the sheer fact that without Apple Intelligence, this thing doesn't really do anything drastically new that the older iPad mini doesn't have, right? I mean, sure, you got the Apple Pencil Pro and A17 Pro chip, but for 90% of use cases, you're not going to fully utilize the power of the A17 Pro. And the Apple Pencil Pro is very niche in all intents and purposes. Most people should just get the USB-C Apple Pencil, which also works on the previous iPad. So like legitimately, like without Apple Intelligence, this iPad is not really worth the upgrade for like 90% of iPad mini 6 owners. At least with the iPhone 16, right? The iPhone 16 has that same problem where they're advertising Apple Intelligence as the main headlining feature, but at least without Apple Intelligence, there are some decent upgrades with the iPhone 16s, like the different colors, the upgraded cameras, the dedicated action button, and a much better battery life compared to the 15 series. Like at least the iPhone 16 has features that are at least worth considering purchasing without Apple Intelligence. But the iPad mini doesn't have that luxury because it's literally the same design. Now, don't get me wrong, this is still a good iPad, and if you're someone who's upgrading from an earlier iPad mini, or you're someone who wants to get this as their first iPad, by all means, go ahead. This iPad mini is fantastic, and if you're okay with the form factor, I think you're going to love this iPad. It really serves a niche, and I think a lot of people are going to love this iPad mini, but I'm just frustrated by the fact that Apple is pushing Apple Intelligence as the main feature of the iPad mini, and it's not even the iPad mini that Apple's doing that for. Like literally they updated the iPad Pros and Airs to include the Apple Intelligence like as the headlining thing. So yeah, I mean, it's not even the mini's fault. Just the marketing of the new iPad mini is just kind of ridiculous, and them basically like it feels like they literally just spec bumped it to fit Apple Intelligence so they could slap the Apple Intelligence like feature sticker on the tech specs. I just find it incredibly misleading, and unfortunately Apple's not the only one who does this. There's so many other companies that basically put the forefront of their devices with features that won't even be released when the product launches. So yeah, Apple's not the only one at fault here. So yeah, just really frustrating times for how devices are being marketed. I just want to talk about it because the iPad mini was the perfect kind of device for me to talk about it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.